Hi again, peeps. This is Sophia with part 6 of my Autotransography. Like I said last time, this part is actually going to be more about kind of events and just like interesting things that happen in my life. It will hopefully be a little more lighthearted than my previous 5 parts of my Autotransography. I just wanted to kind of wrap everything up on maybe a semi-happy note. You know, just to get maybe some laughs or smiles here and there. Realize my life wasn't all bad, that I have some silly, funny things that happen in my life. And I just hope to recount a lot of these here. Forgive me if I'm a little scatterbrained. There's just a lot going on in my head. And with that, let's start on my nightmares. Now, these are what I'm going to call my real-life nightmares. They're my fears. And let's see, with the first one, it's kind of funny. I have a really big fear of water levels in video games. And this is mainly based on a game I played called Commander Keen. And it was the 4th one, I believe. And there's this part where you have to swim, and you get to this huge fish that eats you. And it has buck teeth and everything. And that, for some reason, traumatized me. And I even had nightmares about water levels. I still do have nightmares about water levels. And in fact, if you want to look up that fish that's the king of my water level nightmares, you can look up dopefish. D-O-P-E-F-I-S-H. And that will give you an idea of what haunts my fears. Another thing is, in regards to movies, like I said, I love movies like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Saw, Freddy Krueger, Jason, Halloween series. I just love horror movies. But you know what the scariest movie is, and I will not watch it anymore? E.T. Yes, I mean that weird-shaped headed alien that says E.T. go home. That, for some reason, traumatized me as a kid. I remember the cornfield scene. And for some reason, that always disturbed me. I can't even watch that scene now. So yeah, no E.T. go home for me. E.T. can get lost. Seriously, it's scary. If anyone doesn't think E.T.'s scary, well, you should check yourself in the psychiatric ward, because that's one freaking terrifying alien. Another one of my fears has to do with haunted houses, especially the ones that you ride in. This actually stems from the fact, I think I was around 5 or 6. We went to the fair, and I'd always go in this one haunted house there. It was one of those low budget where you ride around in the car and the animatronics do stuff. Well, anyway, no one would go with me that one year. In fact, this is with my mom's side of the family. Her mom said, go with that guy, and pointed to some stranger. And they didn't even know him. And so I decided I'm going to go alone. And ever since then, I could not stand haunted houses. They terrified me. I tried to go into the one in Disneyland in 3rd grade, and made it down to where you actually get on the ride and start crying, and they had to let me out of the exit. My grandma and my sister went, but I did not go. Perhaps one of the biggest living nightmares has to be at my mom's parents. They had this gray goose named Durwood. The most freaking terrifying goose on planet Earth. That goose would chase me, hiss at me. And one time he bit my cousin's thumb when he was trying to play with it. And his thumb was bleeding. In fact, I had a dream that I was with my grandpa on my mom's side, and we got back from fishing, and I woke up. And I got up, and I seen this shadow walking down the road. And as it got closer and closer, it started manifesting itself as a goose. And the goose had red eyes. And it came running after me. And Oh my gosh, I woke up before it got to me, but oh wow, that was scary. Um, my other nightmare has to do with my grandparents on my mom's side once again, and that they had a steer. And that steer would always chase me as a little kid. Anytime I was alone and wasn't with my grandpa, he'd run after me. Took me years to stop having nightmares about cows. Yes, we're talking about cows here. I had nightmares about cows. You know, people don't think of cows as scary. Well, they're wrong. I proved them wrong. Cows are terrifying, especially back when I was younger. I don't find cows so scary anymore. I more enjoy cows on my plate. You know, I love hamburgers and stuff. So I guess in a way I've gotten my revenge on that steer. The other thing, those are kind of little my my fears. Some of them are silly, but yeah, we all have unique fears. Some big events I had in my life were, well, for example, on my mom's side, I had great times with everyone on that family. Not all of it was bad. I went fishing with my grandpa. Some nights I'd want to go outside with him and sleep on cots and look at the stars and help him in his garden. And I really loved their old place. It's too bad they had to move. In fact, it's just so depressing. I tried going back there. Their place burned down after they moved. In fact, 2 dogs died in there. When you go back now, you would never recognize it. It has houses built everywhere. Keep in mind, this place was about 9 acres of mostly trees. The trees, pasture. Now it's houses. It's sickening, really. And I still have dreams, good dreams about that place. I have dreams with or not dreams, I have memories of my grandma on that side of the family. Like her telling me stories. She was an amazing storyteller, still is. One of them was the 3 Little Pigs, but it's not the 3 Little Pigs that we're all aware of. It's 3 little pigs on a farm that get separated from each other and how they finally get back together and find their way back to the farm. In fact, at my grandparents', I have a tape where she recorded that story for me. I remember being a little kid and pretending to be a superhero, and I would come in as my secret identity and order breakfast from her and then say, no, I'm not going to pay for this, and run away, and then would change in like Superman or something like that, and act like I'm trying to find that person that didn't pay, and we just have really fun memories. Same with my grandparents that raised me. Just countless ones. There's no way I could recall them all. I'd be here all day. But some of the best ones are just going on trips with my grandpa. We've been everywhere. We've been to Yellowstone. We've been to Grand Canyon. We've been to about 30 states, probably. We've been to Connecticut, where I got a book personally signed by Stephen King. It's too bad it's in my old name, but it's still a very cherished memory. It was really great. I have a lot of good memories of my family, really. I remember at my mom's that year where she had custody and I was in 2nd grade, I had friends and we had a monster hunting squad. And we would just explore for monsters. We've seen some weird stuff, really. I remember one night I was standing outside and seen this shadow run up and down the road. And then one time it was just running by me and just poof, disappeared. Who knows what that was? I have no idea. I remember a hat that I seen on this sounds really goofy, but there was a hat on the hat rack in my mom's house. It had multiple hats there. And one time I went in my room and came back and one of the hats was gone. And I never seen that hat again. Just vanished. I have no idea what happened to it. Who knows? Maybe E.T. came and kidnapped it. I don't know. E.T. is terrifying. It's probably something E.T. would do, steal hats. I have excellent memories of going to the ocean. I love the ocean so much. Going with my family, swimming out there. I also have a memory when I was living with my dad's at neighbor I'd go visit where I'd see all the horror movies. He was a little unhinged. One time he thought it was funny to shoot me in the leg with a BB gun. Believe it or not, I did not think it was funny. In fact, I was very upset about that. But yeah, really, let's see, in middle school, I forgot to recount this during my vlog series, but it was one of my first relationships. I met this girl online, and we quote unquote fell in love with each other. I know now it was never love, it was just goofy young preteens falling for each other. But anyway, I finally met her at her sister's house, and I thought it went pretty well. She hugged me and got back and found an email where she wanted to break up. We were never really together, but yeah. So I was hurt, but I was okay with it. Then a month later, she wanted to get back together again. And then she wanted to break up again. And I didn't want anything to do with her anymore. And then she was telling me how she followed us in a car when I was coming back from school. And oh my gosh, just really creepy stalker stuff. So yeah, I had a stalker in middle school. And let's see here. What other things have happened during my life? I may just dedicate a full vlog when I can get all these memories together. But I wanted to kind of give you a more lighthearted conclusion to my autotransography. One interesting fact about me, anyone that knows me knows I love vampires to death. I would so love to be a vampire, but I actually have another secret fantasy, and that's that I've always loved mermaids and always wanted to be a mermaid. I know, really contrasting things, but yeah, I've had really good dreams about becoming a mermaid or something. And a lot of those were when I was younger, when I was dealing with my wanting to be a woman. But you know, that's starting to come. I remember making bets with myself, like if I would make this shot or if I would accomplish this thing, I'd automatically turn myself into a woman. And I would accomplish that, and I would renege on my bet. I wouldn't turn into a woman, surprisingly. So I let myself down. Yeah, so, but who would have thought that over a decade after that, I would finally end up becoming a woman. Not easy, maybe not the way I wanted it to happen, but it's happening. And all these experiences in my life contributed to that. Good, bad, the ugly, ETs, cows, geese, all that stuff contributed to it. And made me the person I am today. And I do want to thank you all for sticking with these, especially these last two vlogs, which have been quite long. And I really appreciate all the views, and I'll try to do more vlogs from now on. I know, surprisingly, some people seem to like them. So, with that, I just want to say goodbye, everyone. Hope you enjoy these. If you do, I wouldn't mind if you told other people so other people could enjoy them. And with that, I am going to sign off. Thanks, everyone.